Food allergies can make school complicated. There's just a lot to keep in mind and go over with your school and teacher every year. Today, I want to share a surprising new way to deal with the allergy letter template for school. You probably haven't heard about this anywhere else because I'm a little unconventional, but I think it will really give you insight into navigating school with food allergies. So if you're at the start of this journey or you've already been at this a few years, listen in because I hope that you're going to learn something new and helpful today. Let's get to it. Hey food allergy mama, if you're here, you've likely experienced the scary and lonely food allergy diagnosis with your child. Unfortunately, food allergy parents aren't taught how to navigate the food allergy lifestyle, and it's easy to feel alone and discouraged sometimes. But I'm here to show you that food allergy life, it doesn't have to feel restrictive, scary, or isolated. I'm Corinna, and I'm a 17-year food allergy mom and food allergy coach at Friendly Pantry Consulting. I specialize in making food allergy life safer and less worrisome for food allergy families like yours. I'm not perfect, but over 17 years, I've learned a lot the hard way, and I'm sharing the secrets and resources you won't hear anywhere else that will help you feel confident living with food allergies faster and easier than I did. From introducing allergens, travel, navigating school, and educating friends and family, this podcast will give you the essential tips and strategies you need to help your food allergy child and family thrive. Welcome to the show. First, I want you to know that we've been at this for many years now. My oldest was in preschool and she had milk and egg allergies. Even though she outgrew her allergies before she reached kindergarten, we still had some experience navigating those preschool years with her. Then with my youngest, we've navigated food allergies for 2 years of preschool, then kindergarten, then elementary school, and now on to high school. She's going into grade 11 this fall, so we've had a good amount of experience. Now I want to clarify what we'll be talking about in this episode because there are a couple of allergy letter templates that you need for school. The first one is the allergy letter template that I recommend you use every year to get your teacher's attention and create a collaborative relationship with them. It's the letter that you send every year so that teacher understands how important their role is in keeping your child safe and included. Because honestly, many teachers don't realize how serious food allergies are, and I can't stress this enough. Now, it's not that they're trying to hurt your child or that they don't believe you. It's just that they don't know what they don't know about food allergies. Teachers are overworked, and they're also probably dealing with a lot of other issues in the class, and sometimes their attention is divided. Teachers are busy, and they have many demands on their time. We have to remember these things throughout the school process, because knowing this can help us help the teachers. Not only that, but your teacher may actually believe some myths about food allergies. Unfortunately, they probably don't realize they're myths, so you'll need to educate them so you're all on the same page. So at the beginning of the year, you're going to send an allergy letter to your teacher that's going to break through all of that. It will help you correct the misconceptions about food allergies that the teacher may be thinking before the school year starts. This allergy letter is going to help them see how important their role is, and it will get them interested in becoming more educated about food allergies right away, instead of putting it off until they have more time, or they forget about it altogether. This is the power of the teacher allergy letter template because you can cut through the obstacles by sending them a letter at the beginning of the year and then meet with them to discuss food allergies further. Yes, I have a bit of an uncommon way to deal with this type of allergy letter for the teacher, and I believe and know based on experience and client comments that what I do is effective, mostly because I've developed and tweaked it and perfected it over the years to become what it is now. If you want to learn how to get your teacher's attention, break through the myths, and show your teacher how important their role is in keeping your child safe and included, I go through all of this in great detail in my School Success Pack. You can get the School Success Pack by itself or as an add-on to the School Allergy Plan template. The cool thing is, if you buy it as an add-on, you're going to get a big discount. So if you want to learn more about navigating school with food allergies, check out the School Allergy Plan template and get the School Success Pack as an add-on. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. The second allergy letter template is the one we're talking about today. This is the letter the teacher or the school sends home to the other kids in your class. It's the one that gives other parents in the class the instructions for how food allergies will be navigated in the classroom and what is required from them. Keep in mind that you may or may not get full rein as to what to say in this letter. More than likely, you'll have to work on this with your teachers each year. Many teachers have an allergy letter template that they use, but sometimes these templates don't have the right information, so you'll want to check it if possible before the teacher sends it out. They may or may not be expecting you to want to help them with this letter. But one way I like to frame it is to say, I can save you some time by sending you a draft letter that you can change how you want and then send it out to parents. Many times the teachers are so excited to get a little bit of help because remember, they have a hard job and they're likely overworked, and this will work well for them. But if it doesn't, that's okay too. The important thing is to be flexible and helpful for your teacher so you can work together. Which brings us to what to actually say in the letter. Now, I've got a few considerations for you here. And of course, everything is going to depend on your situation and the specific classroom and the teacher. But I hope that I give you a few thoughts to help you figure this out. The first step is to decide what the food allergy boundaries will be in the classroom this year. This is all part of the discussion with your teacher, and it's going to include things like classroom celebrations, sharing food, and all those classroom protocols. We're not going to go through all of these today, but I have a full list of things to talk about in my school allergy plan template. This plan is really comprehensive, and it's going to help you to make sure that you don't miss anything when you're talking to your teacher. I'll post a link to that in the show notes. One boundary that I do want to touch on is really important, and that is having non-food celebrations. And let's just chat about this for a second. I feel really strongly that non-food celebrations are the best way to handle celebrations. Now, some schools have already implemented this, while others are still a little slow to catch on, but here's why I think this is important. It can be really tempting to just say, well, food is what we've always done, so as long as we ensure everything is safe for my child's food allergies, it should be okay. But to get true inclusion, we need to think about more than just our allergy kid here. I think it's important to work towards safety and inclusion for all kids in the classroom. For example, are there other food allergies or dietary needs? Are there health issues like diabetes or celiac? Even some kids with ADHD and sensory issues may need some sort of dietary requirement as well. So if we're looking at the classroom as a whole, I truly believe that non-food celebrations are the best way to accommodate all dietary needs and diseases. But sometimes teachers are hesitant to have a no food policy for celebrations because that's what they've always done, and they're afraid of the backlash. Trust me, this can be a sensitive topic and there is sometimes backlash, unfortunately. But here's the key. It's all in how they frame it. It's essential that this is framed as a win-win-win for everybody. Framing this at the beginning of the year will help make non-food celebrations something people ask for instead of pushing back. I'll go into more detail about framing this as a win-win-win for everybody in a minute, but I honestly believe that if they state the facts and reasons with confidence, and they clearly mention the expectations in this allergy letter, they won't have to worry about too much pushback. But of course, a good alternative should be decided on first. And one idea is that birthdays at school can be celebrated with experiences instead of food. For example, the birthday child could sit on a special birthday chair, or they could have their favorite book read to the class on their birthday. All right, so now that you've figured out the classroom boundaries, second, you and the teacher will need to decide whether the letter should single out food allergies or not. Now, what do I mean? Well, there's a couple ways to write the letter, and as I go through this, I don't necessarily feel like one is better than the other. Instead, I'm hoping to give you a few thoughts so that you and the teacher can decide what's best for your child and the class. The first way to write the letter is the more common one, and this is where you mention that there's a kid with food allergies in the class, and because of this, we need to do the following. And then you list the food allergy boundaries that you've agreed upon. And an example of this would be, there is a child in your class with a severe food allergy to blank. To keep this child safe, we ask that you do not send in birthday treats with your child, and instead we will celebrate birthday kids in other ways. Now, I just used the birthday celebration as an example, but there's going to be other boundaries and other things that you're going to need to ask about as well. So it's just a short little snippet of the overall letter. Now, the second way to write the letter is a little more interesting. It is not mentioning that there are food allergies in the class. Okay, you may be saying, what's the point of that? Because if you don't mention food allergies, how can you make sure that you ask them to do all the things that are needed? Well, hear me out, because I think you're going to be surprised at this. What I suggest is that you mention food allergies as part of a win-win-win for everyone in the classroom. So when I say win-win-win, I mean that it's a win for your food allergy child, it's a win for the other children with dietary diseases or dietary needs like diabetes, celiac, or other things, and then it's also a win for all the other kids in the class because it's the healthiest for them. The downfall of doing the letter this way is that you can't necessarily educate parents about what is needed specifically for food allergies so that they become more understanding of what and why you need those requests. But the upside is that there isn't that underlying tension. Let me just stop here for a minute and talk about this tension. Fortunately, that the tension is real. And no, it doesn't happen every year, but there are some years where you would hear parents whispering about how frustrated they were because they had to accommodate the allergy kid. And it would be awkward when I had to tell them that the allergy kid was my kid. Some years, there's just this uncomfortable resentment that comes from restrictions. And I'm not saying it's right or that I would have it any other way, because I'm always going to stick up for my daughter. But it isn't the best feeling for you or your child when this happens. And I think we can do a little bit to help avoid this at the beginning of the year. So here's an actual statement about how I think you could show the win-win-win while also educating so that everyone sees how non-food celebrations are actually good for the whole class. In our classroom, we have a diverse group of students. Some have food allergies, some have a medical dietary need, others have budget restraints, and others want their kids to have the healthiest environment possible. Because of these diverse needs, we ask that parents do not bring desserts or cupcakes for birthday celebrations. We hope this will cut down on costs for everyone and also take the stress off of parents as we navigate the school year. Instead, we will celebrate kids by allowing the birthday child to bring their favorite book and we'll read it as a class. The birthday child will also get to sit on the special birthday chair when they are at the carpet that day. We're going to have a wonderful day celebrating each child. What do you think? Do you see how we can make it a win-win-win for the whole class and how framing it correctly will make a huge difference? It's clear that both of these options, one talking specifically about food allergies in the letter and then not talking specifically about food allergies in the letter, have their pros and cons. And the best option may be different for each family and each classroom. But I hope that I helped you think about this in a new way so that things can be easier for you and your teacher. If you want more help navigating food allergies at school, check out my food allergy school template and the school success pack. You can even get the school success pack for a huge discount when you buy the school allergy plan template and you add the school success pack on at checkout. You do not have to navigate school alone. So after hearing what we talked about today, how would you structure your allergy letter template for school? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Just send me a quick DM on Instagram at Friendly Pantry. Thanks for listening and bye for now. Before you go, Mama, if you love this episode and want deeper support, head over to friendlypantry.com to see how we can partner together to keep your food allergy child safer and worry less. There's no need for wasting time searching all over Instagram, TikTok, and the web to get the practical knowledge you need for your family. While you're there, grab your free Food Allergy Kids Empowerment Guide or the newly diagnosed checklist today. Topics are not medical advice and are the opinions, views, and property of Friendly Pantry Consulting Incorporated. All rights reserved. Always contact your board-certified allergist immunologist for health advice.